Hey Brick Maniacs, welcome back to another Friday Sit Rep. As usual, we've got a ton to get to this week, so let's dive in. All right, we are checking in with Brennan. And Brennan, you now have me completely convinced that you're working in some sort of alternative history. What the heck are we looking at here?
Well, this, if I can pronounce it correctly, is the Lerna L flying boat.
Okay.
This is an Austro-Hungarian flying boat from the First World War, largely known for reconnaissance. Built by Andrea, by the way.
Okay.
And it's a really cool kit, honestly. It's surprisingly sturdy for how, like, very thin all the struts seem.
Mm-hmm.
It stays together pretty well.
Well, and the size too. I think that's the other part is whenever you see that many connections going along these two wings, it's kind of like, holy smokes, this is a big plane.
It is really big. Yeah, it's got a lot of awesome details that we're going with here. So obviously, you probably see in the front here, we've got a little MG08 stand-in that will have the air barrel instead of the ground one, but that's what we got right now. Going to have some awesome printing on these two 2x4 tiles. We've got a L131, which I believe is the designation of one of these from the First World War, because one of the details I recall is these were the first, at least confirmed, sub hunters. Like, these things were the first planes to ever sink a sub from the air. So,
well, that's a cool bit of history.
It's awesome. I'm not sure if the number we've chosen is the correct one. It might have been L132, but that's probably my mistake. So we've got those printing. We've got this awesome prop in the back, which will also have some really nice printing to it.
It's
crazy. He's gotten, I mean, I've seen this thing, and it's very, very strutty and wiry, and he's got it all in there. It's very impressive.
Not easy to replicate in Lego, that's for sure.
No. And then the other printing we've got the Austro-Hungarian Iron Cross in there. It's the one that looks more like what Germany has today. It's kind of got that weird kind of curve to it, as opposed to the very straight, very Prussian, punctual German cross.
Pair of minifigures included with this, correct?
Yep. You got your pilot and observer. Go up here. Killer facial hair on those two.
Awesome.
Looking absolutely awesome. And then we've got stickers, obviously, so we'll have two for the top wings, two that go underneath, and I believe we have also picked out a crest that'll sit right there on the rudder. Yeah, overall, it's just a really cool kit. I mean, we don't get many float planes around here, and it's really exciting to see that we're delving into those.
Definitely an incredibly unique addition to Great War Bricks, and available on pre-order right now. Brennan, thanks for checking in. All right, so we're checking in at the desk of Mary Wilson because we're taking a closer look at the Ottoman Gun Car. This was designed by Andreas, correct?
Yep.
And is kind of kicking off our Great War Bricks pre-order. So tell me a little bit more about this kit. I know we've got some awesome printing, but there's definitely more than meets the eye.
Yeah, so, okay, as you can see, it comes with two minifigures. We've got the driver and then the gunner in the back, but at the same time, the driver also doubles as a gunner because we're missing a Hotchkiss right now, but it goes right there for him to steer and shoot.
An easy enough task.
Yeah, and it's a very cute, compact car, and we have it loaded up with printing. We have spokes on all of the wheels, including the spare wheel, so it's on transparent, and we've got tan spokes, so it looks more realistic. The renders of those look awesome right now. I'm very excited to see those. We've also got door details on either side, as well as extra details on the oil drum. And then on either side, there's also like a little ammo crate of some sort that also has printing. I believe that's that. And then we also, as you can see, we've got those new helmet hats.
Exactly, just leave it at that.
Yeah, so that is also a fun 3D print. And just like some other details, like we've got the tools on either side, and then this back hatch opens.
Nice.
And yeah, it's just really fun, really cute, and loaded up, surprisingly, being just a car,
yeah,
you
there's
know?
a lot going on.
But yeah, it's a cute little kit, and I'm excited for it to come out.
Yeah, very, very cool. On pre-order right now for Great War Bricks, the Ottoman Gun Car. Mary, thanks for checking in. Okay, now we're checking in with Nate, taking a closer look at the Albatros D5, and this is a unique color scheme to say the least, but man, what a bright, colorful model.
Yeah, so this is one of Katya's planes lined up for November. She has a whole flying circus. So basically, she was trying to replicate one of the Albatros D5s near the end of the war. So this part is mostly accurate for the part. There's going to be like a printed Ace of Spades here.
Cool.
As a little nose art on the front. The top part we kind of to make up because there's no way you can brick build lozenge camo.
Sure.
Like, it's literally polka dots. Just don't bother. So we kind of opted for this whole stripes stuff, and once we have all the actual parts, it's going to look very nice. So there's going to be printed Balkan cruises here. As I said, nose art here. Ace of Spades here for both sides. Little stickers on the bottom because we're not going to print upside down.
Yep.
And Falcon Cruise on the tail. That will actually be a lot of cross-printed element all across those. Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah. So a little bit of history.
Yeah, what you got?
Good question. So it was this. So the D5 is supposed to be an improvement over the D3, and the wings were longer, and the bottom wings were not as long, and that apparently caused a lot of problems. It's not as well renowned as the D3, but some people still like it.
Well, it definitely brings a unique color combination to the Great War Bricks lineup when it just comes to transitioning something into Lego. I like that we get to go as bright and colorful as we do when we work with as much bluish gray.
Yeah.
Dark bluish gray.
Yeah, this was, it's like we don't use regular glue that often, so finding the pieces here was actually kind of hard.
Yeah, sure.
Like, they're not expensive, but here they're just not common. There will be... it will come with one pilot, and if anyone recognizes how dastardly this pilot is, you have my respect.
Oh, wonderful. There you have it. The Albatros D5 available on pre-order right now on brickmania.com. Nate, thanks for checking in. Okay, and finally, I've got Dan and Landon joining me because we're taking a closer look at two separate products, but they do go very, very well together. So this is Marquis de Lafayette, which is the figure, and then we have the Lafayette gun, which is next to it. That is the separate kit. So guys, go ahead and tell me a little bit more about what we're looking at here.
Well, the gun first, since it's closest to you. This is a 12-pounder gun. It's a British 12-pounder gun, named the Lafayette gun because of the Marquis de Lafayette. Actually captured this, was involved in the capture, I should say. He didn't personally capture it. He was with 400 Americans who attacked a redoubt at the Battle of Yorktown, pretty much the last day of the siege. Attacked the redoubt, captured this gun from the British, and he presented it to the American army after the battle. Said, "Hey, this is captured from Yorktown." Actually, had it inscribed on the barrel, and it's a famous gun. It's been in possession of the U.S. Army ever since.
Sure.
So 240 years, this gun has been in possession of the U.S. Army, and still called the Lafayette gun because of the Marquis. He was an actual major general at the time, giving it to the United States Army as a spoil of war, captured from the British.
Look at that printing.
Yeah, this is we should give you a little detail about the gun. It's an actual like Lego. I don't have any ammunition with it. This is a functional shooting cannon. When I was a kid, we couldn't get these things. This is like somebody got their eye poked out or something, and they couldn't sell these in the U.S. I heard rumors that through the grapevine when I was in school that in Europe the kids got to play shooting cannons, and then finally I don't know what changed. Maybe the parents or whatever, the lawsuit expired. I don't know what happened, but suddenly
arrived.
we could, yes, the newer Lego cans, they're hard to get. I mean, nobody wants to give up their shooting cannons. So it was actually quite tough to get enough to make a batch of this, but we did it. These are shooting cannons. We printed on the barrel, so it does have George III's royal stamp, his ordnance stamp on there. It should say, presented to the U.S. Army, captured. It should, because the actual gun does say that, but we can't get writing that small because the Marquis Marquis de Lafayette did actually get that inscribed in the gun that it was captured and presented to the United States Army. It does also have this is the ammunition crate. It has this nice little printed top on it. So it's not like a super awesome, like huge, phenomenal kit, but it has all the hallmarks of it.
Yeah, love the detail. Not to mention, like, just the way you got it set up on the grass here with the minifigure next to it. It looks mock ready, that's for sure.
Right. And this is cool. I've been wanting to do. We obviously have had the smaller gun. We've had the 6-pounder gun before, but now we have the larger Lafayette gun, the 12-pounder. 12 pounds means the shell it fires weighs 12 pounds, or a cannonball in this case. So Figure?
Yeah. I remember. Okay, so back to the cannon quick. I remember growing up not
Sorry, I
being
didn't
able.
mean to cut you off on the
Like my
cannon.
friend had a bunch of cool the firing ones, and
Yeah.
I didn't have those, so I was always bummed out.
See, that's a
so.
generational thing, because when I was a kid, we didn't have that. We were deprived.
Oh no!
We didn't get to shoot our eyes out.
All right, the minifigure. Drew did a nice job putting this guy together. Kind of a revamp here of our Revolutionary War soldier, and obviously it's this military uniform, very similar. This is the officer version. He came up with some updates. An opened coat there. There is the saber belt, so he comes with that saber, right? Does it come with him?
No, it does not.
He does not come with the saber.
Sorry.
Make
But that's
sure-
standalone, but it is available. Just
Make
check
sure
the
to
link
pick
on the
that up.
product page.
Right.
Okay, so he's got that little saber belt kind of tucked away in his coat there. And then the cockade on the hat there, that's in those French colors to kind of just show off like a little bit of allegiance and
Well, he's a
homage
Frenchman.
to that.
He was a
Right.
Frenchman fighting for the what became the United States.
Right.
The colonies, the former colonies, hated the British, volunteered. And by the end of the war, he was a major general. You know, he came over to the United States on his own dime
Right.
and wanted to fight the British and became a major player in the American Revolutionary Army. And in fact, when he died, 50 years after, more than 50 years after the war, he was actually honored with the same sort of military honors that George Washington had.
Wow.
So there was when he died, they had a 24 gun salute, one for each state at the time, at every military installation in the country.
Wow.
So he was that important to the revolution. In fact, when he charged that redoubt, the next in command, the commanding of the unit of Americans that he led was Alexander Hamilton, who was a lieutenant colonel at the time. So there's a lot of this is central. All these central figures to the American Revolution. Marquis de Lafayette was one of them for sure. He was
That's very
he was up there in importance.
yeah.
Awesome. And now forever immortalized in Lego form and looking like quite a pair when next to his gun as well. So there you have it. 2 new releases available right now on brickmania.com. Dan, Landon, thanks for checking in.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that will do it for the Friday Sit Rep. Remember, we have that sale coming up on November 11th for Veterans Day, 11% off online, potential of up to 22% off in our stores. And then please, veterans and active service members who are participating in our November Spotlight, if you haven't gotten me your information yet, please do so, because we are putting together those profiles. And like we said, we'll be working with the Minnesota Military Families Foundation to do a little bit of charity drive throughout that month. Do a little good in the world, right? That's what we always strive to do here as well. So that will do it for me. Thank you very much for watching.